Let's talk about the SEC's order of predicted finish by ESPN. And is Oklahoma and Florida really going to be that bad? What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If that is something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think that Oklahoma and Florida will finish behind Auburn and South Carolina, among others, in the 2025 season? I'm also going to take this opportunity to remind you that we got an audio podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I am giving away a free sticker. You can see a closer look on the community tab. To anybody that leaves a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple, just fill out the sheet in the description below, and I will personally put that in the mail to you as a measure of my thanks. A lot of you have already done it. Those stickers are going out, if not today, tomorrow to you. So I appreciate that. And I'm already beginning to run out of them and need to go order some more. And we will continue to do this for anybody that would like one. But I don't know. Maybe we put a moratorium on it depending on how quickly these stickers go. So why do we think that the SEC is so good? Well, because we take a look at where the national champs have come from basically before 2023. And every other year, it feels like an SEC school, right? When it's not Alabama or LSU or Georgia, it has been Ohio State. It has been Clemson. The college football playoff era, Florida State. You really got a hard time getting out of that league before you talk about teams that not only are playing for the national championship and winning it, but making the college football playoff. The first time that we saw an SEC team not get the benefit of the doubt was actually last year, when SMU got put into the college football playoff over Alabama. And I think that has really led to Greg Sankey's whining and whinging to where we have a straight seeding model now. So that probably can't happen, right? I understand it. But what this is really about, as we're talking about it, is the order of finish in the SEC is going to help us understand just who's on the fringe of making the college football playoff in 2025 with 12 teams and who is not. And I was kind of taken aback by what I saw through the middle of the SEC as predicted by ESPN's Football Power Index. I know that this particular rating system has its quirks and its kinks, and there are a lot of people that don't like it, but there are a lot of people that don't like the college football playoffs top 25 or my top 25 or the AP top 25 or the USA Today top 25 or the Massey rating system. Any system that does not privilege your team for the most part, you're not going to like, right? I understand that, but these are also fun and give us an indication of just what we can expect from rosters, what we can expect from coaches, and what we can expect from some blue blood programs, right? So at the top, you got Texas, which I think most people will tell you going into preseason, that's who they're going to pick to win the SEC championship based on what they've done the last couple of years and what they have returning. They made the college football playoff the last 2 years. They made their respective conference championship games the last couple of years. The only teams that have been able to beat them are Georgia, who won the SEC championship, and Ohio State with any matter of like routine, right? We're also looking at this from the standpoint of Arch Manning being the guy that everybody wants to throw their Heisman money behind, at least to start the season. And there's good reason as to why. He's only thrown 95 passes. I get that. But what we have seen, we have liked, right? He throws a tremendous ball. He is very athletic. He is so fast. And Steve Sarkisian is so good with his offense and misdirecting and making things happen for his wide receivers and running backs that we think that they're going to be just fine, even though they lose a Kelvin Banks on that offensive line. I'm also looking at it from the defensive side. Pete Kwiatkowski's done a great job. He's got another superstar in Anthony Hill, and they're going to be strong through the middle of their defense once again. It's good reason to believe that Texas can win its first SEC championship and be the first team to join the SEC, basically since they started playing the championship game, to win the conference championship. So a little known fact, but I think it's going to get louder. Teams that have joined the SEC in the latter years, they ain't been any good at winning the conference championship. Not A&M, not Missouri, not Arkansas, not South Carolina. It's been bad, right? Oklahoma, Texas, also in there, although they're in different trajectories at the moment. Georgia at number 2 with Gunnar Stockton at quarterback. I could find reason to pick a fight about this, but I'm not gonna, because I understand Ryan Williams on the outside. I understand they're retooling the defense. You got Ryan Grubb back with Kalen DeBoer, who knows a little bit better about calling that offense than, say, Nick Sheridan might. We'll see what happens there. Number 3 on the list, you got Bama again. No, excuse me. I went from Georgia, Gunner Stockton. My bad. Gunner Stockton, Georgia, and then I went straight to Bama. That's on me. A&M, right? A&M in the 4 spot. I guess, I given how up and down that team was last year from the Notre Dame game to the Auburn game, I actually expected them to be closer to where South Carolina is in this football power index, but especially knowing what Lenore Sellers means to South Carolina football and how good they've been in the portal. But, okay, sure. Tennessee at 5. Joey Aguilar, I think, is a better quarterback than many SEC fans are going to give him credit for, but is that good enough? I think he's a small upgrade from Nico Iamaleava, which is saying quite a bit because Nico Iamaleava was one of the top-rated quarterbacks coming out of high school. LSU with Garrett Nussmeier, it's a 4,000-yard passer. That's a guy that's probably going to throw for 40 TDs next year. If he can throw fewer than 10 INTs, he might be a first-round pick, if not the number 1 pick. Ole Miss with Austin Simmons is next on the list. Lane Kiffin going back to another quarterback that could throw it deep, throw it long. They're going to be okay. Then we get Auburn, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Florida. Auburn being here at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dead middle. Was a little off-putting for me because I saw Auburn last year. You saw Auburn last year. But there's a lot of people that apparently believe that Jackson Arnold is going to turn into the version of himself that he showed in high school and not the version of himself that he showed at Oklahoma last year. Okay, add Cam Coleman to that. Add Eric Singleton to that on the outside. You got a couple of wide receivers. Then what? Right? I don't get this part. Maybe you're thinking about what Hugh can do in a year where he knows he's got to come up with the goods, but you're still just the second team in the state of Alabama. I mean, you're still Auburn. This is one of the reasons that I believe Cam Newton is the best college football player who's ever lived. He did all that at Auburn with nothing. It was him, Nick Fairley on the other side. You can't name anybody else on that offensive defense. It's just him. He did that at Auburn. I submit to you, if you put Cam Newton at Ohio State, nobody gives him the benefit of the doubt. Nobody cares. You put him at Georgia, still, nobody cares. Put him at Florida, well, he was there. They ran him off. I look at this and I go, Bling College's finest went to Auburn and won a national championship. My God. So the bar for Auburn has always been about here. This is where I expect them to finish. Like what they did 2017 was pretty cool with Gus Miles on, even though they got beat by Central Florida, who goes undefeated. Then you got South Carolina with Lenore Sellers, which I probably would put up just a little bit higher, but I don't know who I would stick down other than A&M. Then you got Oklahoma, Florida. A lot of people are going to feel good about Oklahoma. A lot of people are going to feel good about Florida this year. DJ Lagway is the it guy in the SEC. If you are not already on the Arch Manning train and you don't know what you have in Garrett Nussmeier, though you should, you're probably going to be looking at DJ Lagway and going, oh, okay, here's the next great SEC quarterback. We'll see. He played well to finish the season. They were very young because they were injured, but they played well against Florida. Had he not gone against Georgia, Florida played well against Georgia. Had he not gone out in that game, there's every reason to believe they could have upset and beat Georgia, done to them what we hadn't seen too many teams do, but really getting softened them up, right, for Ole Miss. Then we're talking about Oklahoma with John Mateer, Ben Arbuckle, Brent Venables calling the defense again, Deion Burks, Jay Knott. It's a sexy group, right? It's a really sexy group. And I think given what we saw from them last year, you can expect a leap. But how much of a leap are we talking about here? I'm not sure. Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Vandy, Missouri, Mississippi State. Vandy's probably going to feel some kind of way about being this far down, but 1 year does not make you great. 1 year does not make you a championship contender. 1 year does not even make you bowl eligible. But I think we're not going to see – I don't think this is going to hold past Texas, Georgia. I think that somebody's going to jump up to that 3 spot, and it ain't going to be Bama. Could it be LSU? Yeah. Could it be Florida? Sure. But I'm more interested in finding out what you think about this Oklahoma and Florida being behind Auburn. It just doesn't make much sense to me, given what we know the rosters are, given we know what the coaching is, given what we know about how much those fan bases need to win this year. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think?